Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Maximus Black
and Nova War,
and we are bringing you a gold level replay sent in by you guys. And down bottom here, we have YQBME.
I'm not sure how we're going to eventually say that. In the
we're gonna call him YQ,
sure.
And he's starting down in the south position as the red Zerg, and up top we got Killa, and he is the blue Terran.
All right, so one very generic name versus one not so generic name. This should be very, very interesting. You know what? It'll be interesting to see. There's the gas trick, but I'll be very interested to see if on a map like Blistering Sands, the Zerg takes advantage of his fast expansion or not against this Terran player. Should he know he is actually off against a Terran. But as you can see now, Killa doing what every Terran does and what every good Terran does, and that is wall off his base and then go for a little scout.
Yeah, so I want to point out a couple things about Blistering Sands. I've pointed this out before.
I think this is the only map we actually take the time to point things out on.
Yeah, well, you know what? This is a good map.
Wait, hey Jeff, did you know? I don't know if you know this, but Blistering Sands,
yes,
has destructible rocks.
Right here, and here, and actually here, and here. But
you just blew my mind.
Yes, but one thing that you guys really want to do is at some point in the early game, you're gonna want to build since you're Zerg, you're gonna want to leave like an Overlord over here, because these trees actually block your vision. So you want to have like an Overlord in around this area, and you want to build like a supply depot or something over here, or you even just leave an SCV or something, just so you can see if those rocks are being taken care of. And it looks like Killa is actually scouting, doing a good job there, and it looks like Killa actually just walled off as well, kind of typical Terran play. We got a 14 pool by YQ, and not a whole lot going on right now, just some typical stuff, spreading out those Overlords, doing a good job with that, and yeah.
How was your day today, Jeff?
I had a good day. Got a new mic.
Yeah, good mic. This, how many more videos do you want to go in a row mentioning that new mic? You want to just keep going?
Yeah, I love it. And it looks like YQ actually is just grabbing some lings here, running them up this way, but it's a little too late for that. The SCVs, or the supply depots, are down, and there is absolutely no way that he's going to get in there. Once one Marine comes out, all he needs to do is just keep repairing, and that's all she wrote, and he will eventually back off. Now, Adam, I'm going to ask you a question.
You are asking me a question?
Yeah.
You're switching it up on me. All right, let's hear it.
All right, well, since there's not a whole lot to talk about right now, and look, he actually is building a factory there. Now, I know you're not a Zerg player.
That would be correct.
What would you do in this situation?
As a Zerg player, what would I do?
Yeah, like,
assuming I knew anything about playing a Zerg, what would I do?
Well, you know what? If I want to test you.
Okay.
All right. Now, you're just an average Joe. You're new to this game. You're new to Zerg.
Okay.
You go up there with these Ling. This is blocked off.
Okay.
What do you do right now?
Really? I mean, as far as I would be, me and my experience with Zerg, I would do one of two things. I would either A, leave a couple of Zerglings up in around that expansionary area as scouts to see when the Terran player is moving out, and then not even focus on building any units and building up an economy back at my base, and then when the time comes, build up a force to defend myself. Or B, maybe try a Baneling bust, but really only because, as you can see here, we have two supply depots easily taken out by Baneling. But really, if you're going to do that, you're going to want to be careful of how many units you have to reinforce once you've actually done that bust. That would be my two options, really, in this situation, judging by the kind of wall-off we've got going on right here, and the fact that I see a factory over there, I would probably just go for a fast expand.
All right, well, that was, pretty damn good. What I would do, and he did a good job over here at hiding this this expansion. So, when what's his face? Oh, Killa. When Killa comes down here and sees there's no expansion, he's gonna think that he's okay. Did a good job at hiding it up here. That's a lot of people don't do that, and if it doesn't get scouted, that could be a game breaker right there. You're right. I actually would go ahead and get Baneling. See, I have this mentality where once I see this wall, I think to myself, well, I don't really expect to see a rush for a few minutes. So I would either get the Baneling, or I would go right into Mutalisk, because usually when they block off, you're gonna expect to see some Marauders. And a lot of the time, is low-level Terran players think that Marauders are, the Saint. They will do everything. And it looks like it's coming in here. Whoa, what is going? There we go. Finally getting rid of that supply depot. And not the greatest bailing attack there. But like I was saying, a lot of low-level Terran players think that Marauders, even though they are, I consider them one of the most powerful units in the game, all-around unit, they kind of get a little Marauder happy. And when that happens is, all they have now is Marauders, and now they have a Marauder army with a couple of Marines, and when you have Mutalisk, Marauders can't do nothing against them.
Yeah, and the other beautiful thing about getting Mutalisk in the early game against a Terran player, he was supply blocked there for a quick second because of that Baneling bust at the very least, and this should not happen. He should not be going up and hitting. No, that is a terrible decision. Not nearly enough units to make this a worthwhile attack, and all of these units are probably just going to go down, and they do. But what I was going to say is, if you do get those Mutalisk, it at least forces the Terran player to build a counter unit to that, and then essentially, because at that point you will have some sort of advantage, you can switch to the hard counter to that unit, and you're off to the races. But really, I think what's happening here is YQ is splitting off what he should be focusing on. He's tried to expand and do a Baneling bust at the same time, and really, if you're going to do one or the other.
Yeah, that was a little bit better of a bust there, and that's mainly because the buildings were weak. But there comes a point in time where you got to give up, and now that he's been doing all these Banelings, he hasn't been saturating this expansion. He did a really good job there at getting it quickly, but it kind of defeated the purpose that he hasn't been doing anything with it. What I would be doing in this situation, I would actually have gotten a couple of Roach and started destroying these rocks. That factory there would let the Terran players see that those rocks are being destroyed, and a lot of time, out of panic, they'll actually take all their units over there to try to defend, and in that time, while those units are gone, then you run the Baneling up, destroy that wall, and then get your Ling in here. One of the things that you want to do, though, is when you're using Banelings, you want to use them effectively. You're not going to want to take 7 Banelings up here and just aimlessly run them up here. Take 2 or 3, attack a single supply depot, that way they're not all being used, and then run in. There's no point of attacking this barracks. It's only just going to soak up all your Baneling power, and it's going to waste it. So you're going to really want to use them very effectively, so that when you get in there, you can actually use those Banelings against the units that are in there, and then run in with the Ling right to their money line.
Yeah, I think I just saw while you were talking there that the layer has finished for YQ at this point, and hopefully, but oh, look at this, got a drop going down here, very nice drop, good use of the siege tank getting up. Those queens are going to get seriously damaged if not killed here. Drones coming out to try and help defend here. Both queens go down, and this could be a lot of trouble for YQ at this point. He doesn't have any units really close to his base right now. All of his units are out at the mid-map, and I think his little bit of a push at the rocks is failing. I'm seeing things falling out really quick, and all of these drones are going down. I don't know if I agree with that. I would have just sent all of those drones up to the other expansion and solidified that and forgot about this base at this point. But unfortunately, maybe while this layer is still active, throw down, get Muta as fast as you can while you still can, if he hasn't already, and try and reverse this economic disadvantage that he has. But I think he's coming to defend this base too late, and really, this is kind of a waste of time.
Yeah, I agree with what you said, Adam. I would have definitely taken those drones up very, very, quietly.
Discreetly.
Yeah, up around here, up to the second base, and actually, I would have brought down the units that he had sitting up here to get rid of the rest of what he had.
This could be good.
This could be good right here. Nice Baneling bust there, and that was, pretty decent. But he's still overpowered here. Killa still has quite a bit more units. He still doesn't know about that expansion. So this is really the only thing that's keeping him alive. Really going Baneling happy right now.
On Baneling.
And the thing is he has the money right now to drop a Spire down. And look at the gas. I mean, and with these Banelings he's building, I mean, if he didn't get those, he'd have about 850 gas. 8 Mutalisk right now.
Would be amazing.
It actually
could change the game.
It actually would win the game.
Yeah.
8 Mutalisk would actually just destroy this. Or he could actually just go right up here and attack. He has nothing up there. That was a good Baneling bust. But yeah, Mutalisk right now would actually save him the game. He's actually got a little bit of advantage right now because Killa actually thinks that he's in the lead. So basically at this point, Killa has stopped all macro. He's not bothering getting expansion. He's not really, you know, building more barracks. He's just kind of sticking with what he's got, knowing or thinking that he knows that this is all that YQ has left, and it's actually hurting him. And, you know, if YQ was doing a better job at macroing up over here and had actually dropped that Spire when he could, there's a really good chance that that expansion could have saved him the game, and he could have definitely taken it.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say a little bit earlier. I was hoping that he would have put that Spire up when that initial attack was happening and that layer had gone down. You know, at this point, he's just in a world of trouble. He's got all these resources. He's not using them wisely. He is way too focused on getting nothing but Baneling and Zergling, which really are not going to do anything. He's not using his Baneling very well. He is getting a lot of units killed with the Baneling, but really, he's sending in like 8 Baneling to take out maybe 5 Terran units, which is not a good trade-off at all. And here, we're going to see it again. All that for about 3 or 4 units from the Terran player. Not a good use of those Baneling. And really, like we were saying, if he had Muta, and up at the space again, more. If he had gotten Muta, it would have been game over. He had more than enough resources to do it. As you said, Killa is slacking off a great deal. He's been sitting at 22 SCVs for the longest time now, not really doing anything.
Supply blocked.
Yeah, he's supply blocked. He just thinks that he has the game in the bag, and it hurts me to see YQ continue to use this Baneling and Zergling build that's obviously not going to win him the game, and really, he should have won.
Yeah, I know. It's a little different when you're in the game and there's a lot going on and, you know, you're worried about all this stuff. And this actually looks like a decent attack here. But think about it, though, man. He could have won this game if a Spire had just went down. 8 Mutalisk up in this base. There's nothing here that can even remotely touch. And then even have a couple of Baneling underneath to support against those Marines. I mean, it would have been an easy win. Unfortunately, it didn't go down that way. I wish I could, you know, jump in the game and just take over for him, but that's not how it works. But you know what? Blue played well. Only thing that I can say about Blue's game that wasn't very good was continuously building up, even though when you think you have it in the bag, things like this can actually kill you. And when you're getting complacent in a game and you really think that, you know, I have this, it's no time to slack. It's time to really, you know, step in the gear here and take it with extreme force. And, you know, it is what it is. YQ actually kind of gave Killa the game there. But, you know, this was a good game, a good gold game.
Yeah, it was definitely very well done. I would say that, yeah, like we were saying, on Killa's side, his problem was he slacked off. He assumed that he had the game when he really didn't. I mean, if he was playing anybody better than YQ, or even maybe if YQ was just on his game better that day, really YQ should have won the game.
Yep.
I'll be very blunt. YQ should have won this game. He had it by a landslide because Killa really just stopped all production. Only ever had about 8-10 units at a time.
It was all ground.
It was all ground.
You know, like 5 or 6 Marine.
There was nothing that would have taken out Muta. He had a ton of time with that layer up, and you know, Killa was down in that main base, so caught up, didn't even know this base was up here. He just GG'd out, and I still don't think.
Oh yeah, he knew. He knew it.
Did he see that?
Yeah.
He knew, but had he actually seen it to that point?
Yeah.
Oh, he did.
Yeah,
okay,
he did.
So. You know, it went largely unnoticed for most of the game. He had that advantage, but you know what? On the other hand, YQ dropped the ball, didn't do it. Killa also kind of dropped the ball. It just so happened that the Terran units stronger than a bunch of Zergling and Baneling.
Yeah, I will say though, Killa did a good job with the drop. Did a really good job with that. Also did a good job at getting some fairly quick tanks and did some pretty decent.
Just solid,
yeah, just
regular, you know, just
had really good unit composition.
Yeah.
Did really, you know, had a really solid gold level. You know, it's like he knows the basics pretty well.
Yeah.
Just a couple of errors towards the end of the game, but you know, that's enough about that. Check us out at d2dgamer.com, and I guess we're gonna sign out. This is Maximus Black,
and this is Nova War.
Peace out.
Peace.